welcome back to No Man's Land for our survival let's play. Cracking on from the next day, you'll have probably seen that we've created a new field. I'll come back to that over there. You've probably seen we've created a new field. I'll have put a really short time lapse on, probably through the intro. If we can get there. Should have started running earlier. I did this sort of through the intro because we did that one in the last episode. That still needs some fertilizer on it. But we've got this one now. The reason why I haven't shown you sort of fertilizing it, or I haven't done any of that, is because we've run out of manure and we need to get some straw up to our factory because we're completely out. So I mean, the field even snakes all the way around, and this was one of the reasons why I wanted this piece of land as well. And then it takes up this whole bit here, so we've cut down, there was only a few trees, there was like maximum of 4 trees sort of dotted around. So this is going to be our new field. You can see it's sort of quite a size as well. Whether it's our biggest field, I don't think it is. I think that's still our biggest field, our biggest grass field. And possibly even that one's sort of square foot wise, that's probably bigger as well. But this takes up all that area there. And what I plan on doing as well is having this area as one. Because if you remember, I said on one of the things I liked about having, there was a certain piece of land we had on Jack Pine where the run up to the farm had crops either side of it, especially, and when you do things like corn and sunflowers, like the really tall ones, I think it looks quite cool. So that is what we're going to be doing there. It's possibly going to be sunflowers that go in it, actually. I haven't decided yet, but I was thinking of doing like a barley, like a quick sort of barley one to start with, but it might well and truly be sunflowers. Right, the other things that we need to do as well, if you look over there between the trees, that is a soybean field. We are going to harvest today because we're absolutely desperate for it. But first, we're going to go over here. Let's move them eggs. From there. We're going to go over here and let's go into here. Down. Right, so you can see we've run out of slurry. How much slurry have we got now? We took all of it. So I mean, we're back up to 5,000. But yeah, we used all our slurry, which was about 50,000 litres worth, something like that. And we filled up the sugar beet a couple of times as well. We're now on just under 100,000 litres of electric charge. That is what we're gonna put on to sell now. And we'll see how much we get for it. I mean, this will sort of show whether it's worth it or not. We've only had this up for, I think, less than 24 hours now, or let's say 24 hours we've had this built. And that sugar beet that we've put in, a whole trailer full of that will have only been worth probably around 5 grand, something like that. Let's see what the price is for sugar beet. If it's less than sort of 300, then oh god, yeah, we'll have been lucky to get 5 grand per trailer for that, and we've put maybe 2 trailers worth in, 3 trailers worth in possibly. So let's fast forward time a bit. We haven't got loads of it on our side, like, but let's fast forward time and see what we jump up to. Right, 32 grand. Put that back on there. 32 grand we've just jumped there. So where are we at? Is it just going to go under sold products? It is, isn't it? So it's not going to show us exactly how much, but we knew we were on 100 grand, so that's great. Like, that is going to get us tons of cash. I'm really, really pleased with that. I'll keep the digestate for now. But that cost us 57, I think, to place. 56, 57. We've just got 30 odd grand back. More than happy with that. Where's our... We need to empty some more sugar beet in there. There it is. There it is. You'll see we hooked up to the manure spreader. Oh, we're not hooked up, but we were hooked up to it. Then I realised we've got absolutely no straw left. So let's go and empty this. We need to reconfigure it, and we need to go and get some straw up into our manure factory. Because running out of that is, well, it is quite a sort of desperate situation for us. We need to keep that going, and we haven't done enough cereal crop, I don't think. Right, so that should be ticking over again. It is. I know there's still some over off the field there that we need to put in. We'll do that at some point today. It goes through it really, really quickly. It processes the sugar beet and the slurry. We won't be putting any slurry in. I might put one sort of trailer full, but one tank full. But yeah, it processes really, really quickly. Let's customize that, and we'll put the, there we go, put that on. Get hooked up again, and let's go and get some here, not here, let's go and get some straw. I don't think I've got a load of straw in here. I'm really, really pleased with that. 30 odd grand. Now we've got 115,000 litres of straw. It's not too bad. It'll get us going. See if there's anything in the used machinery for us today. Right, I mean that. If you watch Westbridge Hills, we've got a TLX. We haven't got that one though. That would actually be a useful one for us. I really, really might consider that. And that as well, for 8.5 grand. Can we put a front loader on it? We can put a front loader on it. We can get it up to 105 horsepower for 10 grand. I'm tempted with that as well. And we'd still have enough money for the donut factory, which I think, in fact I don't think, I know, we're going to do glazed donuts. But again, that's not going to be in, it's not going to be in this episode. We've got too much to do in this episode to get that away. So it's probably going to be the next episode when we start on them. Got a trailer full of wood there that just needs to go up and put into our productions. We'll do at some point. Really pleased with that. I mean, this field, sorry, that piece of land there, I mentioned it in the last one where there were certain things that I bought that piece of land specifically because of the way it was laid out. So we've got that small sugar beet field in. That was very specific. I knew that before I even bought it. I knew we were going to do that. I knew we were going to, if we go up here, I'll show you. Yep, I knew that was going to be a tiny sugar beet field because of the way the road runs. I knew we were going to have that curving round just because that's how I had sort of envisaged the look of the farm. And we might actually do the same coming down here as well, but not at this minute. I don't know what I'm going to do with this bit yet. Whether that's going to be reserved for maybe more buildings or whatever, I haven't decided. Okay, right. we'll get back down there. I'm probably going to jump in the harvester and we'll start with that soybean harvest. I thought we'd start, we'd have only sort of either jumped or put a time-lapse halfway between anyway, just so we can sort of save the length of the video. So we've got, what have we got? We're just about to approach 8,000 litres worth. Funnily enough, I think, if we have a look, I don't think we're doing that bad. Have we got any soybean there? We haven't got any soybean there, but I don't think we're doing that bad for soybean in the production that we use it for. So we don't need to put another soybean crop in yet, I don't think. We could probably leave it for a little bit. I don't think any other crops or soybean. No, it's only this one. So I think in here we'd be best off putting either a barley, a canola or sunflower. I think that would be best. I mean, we know canola and sunflower we can't get enough of anywhere, can we? But then I'm thinking barley because we get the straw with it as well. So possibly barley, and then we'll do sunflower down in our new bigger field. The only thing is, it's the sort of same reason as before. With the canola and the sunflowers, they take that long. I'm not sure if soybean might be the same as well, but we're not going through soybean as much. But they're like 7 or 8 months, aren't they? Before you can harvest them, which is just killing us at the minute. I mean, our mill, I thought it stopped. You can see our mill over there in the top right hand corner. It's still going round. I thought it stopped when it wasn't producing anything, but it's still going. However, it has no canola and no sunflowers. Although we've got quite a large amount of canola oil to sell. I think it's November. We had a look, didn't we? We had a look, and I'm sure it was November when the top price is for that. So we won't be selling that anytime soon. We don't need to. We're gonna have to empty this soon, aren't we? I've got the McCormick and the Marshall trailer on standby just to get it emptied. I'll probably, to be honest, just go and. I was gonna say I'd go and just dump it straight away up in the production, but I'm kind of curious as to. We've still got 17,000 litres. I'm kind of curious as to see what sort of bonus we'd get if we got oats. We'll have to have a look when we go on back up. Because if we haven't got oats, then that might be something we need to put in. Ah, we have nearly 18,000 litres of oats, so definitely don't need that. I know that field over there, possibly the crop before it, or the crop before that was oats, wasn't it? Just need to keep making sure our productions are ticking away. I mean, the oat drinks and the soybean drinks, that's been making us money for a long time, hasn't it? Just about there. There we go. Spin this round and knock ourselves out on the header. We've got so much to do. I know we've mentioned it before about sort of the farming side suffers as we grow on. We have just bought that big bit of land, so history would say this is where the farming part suffers, so I need not to allow that to happen. Right, let's get this emptied, and we'll be back to do a little bit more. Right, we are towards the end. If I repeat something that has been said in the last sort of 15 minutes or so, that is because I started this video, I think it was a good 24 hours ago. It might have even been longer, it might have been sort of 2 days ago, or within sort of the second day anyway, because I've been getting videos done for Westbridge Hills in between. I don't think I will. I know what we were doing, pretty much. Know what we were doing. We created that new field, didn't we? And then we made the money from the electricity, which I am really happy about. The money that we made from that. We're just going to keep that going. That's the only thing. There's a few things we need to do. This is the second half of the month. That needs weeding. If anything, that needs weeding. That's what we need to do. I could also do with getting this analysed as well, because the more we get the fields analysed, I assume, and it is only an assumption because, like I said, I haven't played precision farming, but I assume our environmental score is going to go up the more we get these analysed. So the more information we have about our fields, I've assumed that that's going to go up, which is obviously what we need. So we have a 4% increase at the minute for our crops, which isn't bad. Let's nearly 16,000 litres worth. It's not bad, is it? For soybean as well. Let's empty this in the silo. We don't need to take it straight up because I think, from what I remember, we looked and we've got loads still in the production site making our soy drink. So we'll just get this in here. No, I don't want to do that. I didn't realise once we switched off it would stop tipping. And we're going to need the styre wherever we've parked that, and we'll get the there it is, and we'll get the weeder on the styre. Let's go and get that done straight away. From what I remember as well, we're going to get that can go off. We're aiming for the donut factory in the next episode, aren't we? And I seem to remember there was a couple of bits of kit in the used machinery that we were looking at in particular. I can't remember what the second one is, but I do remember there was a truck in there, wasn't there, that we wanted to look at. It's all come flooding back. Thinking about it, I think it was 2 days ago. Today's the... what day is it today? The Monday. I think it was the Saturday we were doing it. Just real life work getting in the way and all that. I started doing Westbridge Hills because tonight I've just released a No Man's Land, which I think is something like episode 95, something like that. Tomorrow's a No Man's Land, but then I didn't have any Westbridge Hills. They're both uploaded. I didn't have any Westbridge Hills recorded, so I needed to get them done, ready for sort of a few days time, so they can be uploaded and properly, what's the word? Can't even think what the word is. Processed into 4K and into HD. It's been really good at the minute, YouTube, and I don't know if it's sort of lulling us into a false sense of security, but they've been processing really quickly. like really, really quickly. And for whatever reason as well, it's gone back to, this is like my PlayStation on the internet or whatever, I don't even know what it is. But when I first started a year ago uploading videos, say if I had done a half an hour video, it would take maybe, I don't know, an hour and 40 minutes to upload, something like that. But then, after a few months, it started taking like 5 hours to upload, and that went on for months. And for whatever reason, that's gone back down again now. And I don't know why. I don't know what's changed in that time. But that's also coincided with YouTube processing the videos a lot quicker as well. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how this affects the score as well, because our environmental score, because from what I've read, to get the absolute top score for weeding, which I think might be 30 points, I am going off memory, but I'm pretty sure it's 30 points, you have to use the spot sprayers. I don't know if there's, I say sprays, I don't know if there's a few in the game yet, but I know there's definitely the John Deere one that comes with precision farming. But you get 20 points for using a mechanical one, and that's what we've been using the whole time, isn't it? The mechanical weeder. So I mean, I have no real desire on this series to get sort of sprayers, whether that be for fertilizer or for weed control. I can't even remember what I put in here. What have we put in? Canola. I mean, that field's been, well, it feels like it's been empty for months, but it's probably only been, I wonder if I harvested it in May, possibly. Obviously we didn't have the ability to get rid of the sugar beet, did we? I knew what I wanted to do with the sugar beet. We've started the process off for the sugar, and then we've started the process off for, and started profiting from the electricity. But it just takes so long because you get so much up. We are going to have, we have planted one field of sugar beet already. It's the small field, but I don't have to maybe do another one. In fact, I know I'm going to do another one, and I know pretty much where it's going to go as well, actually. And it won't be this episode because it means creating a new field again. But we will certainly be doing that. I'm kind of thinking out loud. The place where we're going to put it is, we were going to put it months ago, and I just forgot all about it, to be honest. There's obviously that many things to do. That many things to keep on top of. Right, what I'm going to do is, we've already had a time, or we've had a really short time lapse, haven't we? We had a really short time lapse right at the beginning, so we won't have another one. But what I will do, I'll jump and take a good chunk of this out, and then we'll come back and we'll be finishing the weeding off as we come back. So, no problem. Just about there. Hasn't took long at all, really. I mean, it's took no time at all for use. But I mean, even for myself, it's sort of rattled through it. There's a little tiny bit left down here, I think. Them stumps are still there, we're going to have to get rid of them. I've been saying it for ages, haven't I? Right, and that is a lot. We'll get this parked up, and I want to get some assessment analysis done on that field there before we start working on it. I wonder if I can go into crops with these tyres, or whether it'll ruin the crop. Because if I can, I could do we've got a canola field here, haven't we? If we can go into it, then I could analyse that. That'll be no then. I could with the stye though, couldn't I? If we put it on there. Right, how far away are we with that? We're like halfway, aren't we? Get that back on. Doesn't need to be that far over. Yeah, I could maybe get the styer in there, get the analysis done, and then if we do need more fertiliser on it, we can I haven't got the ability to put the fertiliser on anywhere, have I? Because I don't think I can pull the manure wagon with the styer, and even if I could, I think it might damage the crop anyway. So I don't think, although I'd like to, I don't think it's going to matter. And then our other two fields, they're only a couple of months away anyway. We analysed that field, haven't we? This one here I was talking about. Can we get all the way down there? Not quite. Ah, what a shame that is. And we still... I mean, it wouldn't be that bad if we'd figured out what we were going to do with this field here. But seeing as we haven't... I say field. This bit of land, I still have no idea what we want to do with that bit of land. Just try to get as far down as possible with that one. And then the same here. We might as well get as much of that canola field as what we can. There we go. Right, let's get them sent off. We'll get this folded up. Is there another one we can do? There's not. We're just waiting for these three now, but obviously... Ah, sorry, it's gone up again, hasn't it? We're up to 6% now. I'm liking that. Right. I've just seen... So we've got a lot of sandy loam and loam with some loamy sand there, which is... Okay, we've just sort of tidied away there a little bit. We're going to get... We don't need 35,000 litres, we'll get 10,000 litres of lime. So just under 2.5 grand. One of the things I was doing when I was tidying up, I forgot. That field here, that I think's barley. Yeah. That needed weeding. So I just went and quickly did that. It's only a small field, didn't take long at all. I didn't bother putting a recording of it. So we did that. I put the combine away, and that was pretty much it really. Right, let's get going with this. I think just reading between the lines now, and we haven't got much to back it up with because we haven't done any full rotations yet, but I think we're going to be liming quite a bit more than what we would have without precision farming on. And like I said, I haven't got anything to back that up, it's just that's how it's sort of feeling like it's going to be. Like even then, where it's only turned into light green, and now it's into dark green, the light green, am I going to need to put more on? It's nearly done already. We're going to have to improve that as well. This spreader. It's just not enough. Now that our fields are getting bigger as well, I mean, I know this field that we're working in now, was that our 4th field that we created, so we've had it a long time. But I mean, some of the fields that we're making now are just a hell of a lot bigger, aren't they? 2 in particular, that one and then the one that we've just created. Tell you what's really nice though, we've just spent £2.5 grand on lime there, and we didn't even have to sort of blink about the price. We were just able to spend the money, which, if you consider where this series has come from, it's such a contrast. I mean, previously, just getting £2.5 grand together. I mean, how long did we go? I don't even know, like, I would have to go back and look, but how long did we go before we could even lime our fields? If you remember, right at the beginning, we weren't liming, were we? We weren't weeding. I mean, God, can you remember our fields were just covered in weeds, weren't they? Because we didn't have the ability to either get a mechanical weeder or to get liquid weed killer herbicide. We've come such a long way. It's like almost sort of unrecognisable in a sense, just how different it is. Which is good. I mean, I know we've got a bit of money behind us now, but that won't always be the case. I think we're probably going to spend a little bit more money towards the end of this episode, and then when we go into the next month, the month of July, I was looking to get one of the donut factories, wasn't I? So, and that one, the one that we were looking at's 50 grand. So I mean, straight away that puts us sort of right back down to nothing, doesn't it? We do have, I mean, if we need cash now, we do have silage fermenting. I know it's not the time to sell it, and that's sort of what I'm waiting for at the minute. Yeah, instead of just sort of selling bits of silage at any one time, I'd rather get everything sort of saved up, and then we'll go peak time unless we really need it. I think we've just seen with the furniture and the planks, where if we wait until peak time, it's just the benefit massively outweighs the sort of quick hit. I know previously we haven't been able to wait for that for the benefit. We've needed that sort of quick hit, haven't we? But I'm hoping we sort of passed that point. Am I going to still be able to spray on that? Ah, yes. Fantastic. So I mean, that's that done there. I wonder if we're waiting to get fertiliser down on one of the fields up there, aren't we? We'll put this back. I might need to go and steady on. I'll go and have a look, see how much fertiliser we've got. I'm conscious now, sort of time's ticking on with the video. So we'll have a look, see what we've got, and I think there's a few fields that would need doing, but we won't have enough to do all them fields. So give us 2 seconds and we'll come back on. Okay, so we've been and got a full spreader full of a full spreader full of manure. You can see we've got that one strip. It started around the corner. We've got this one strip that was done. That's what we had left in. We also did what's now our sugar beet field, the new one. We had enough to do that as well. So we've got a coat down on there. That one actually now says perfect. I'll show you once we get onto a straight here. Although it doesn't look as green as what it normally does. I wonder if that's just because it's sugar beet in it. So this is the one here. Like I said, it doesn't look as green as what a lot of crops would, but I don't know if that's just because that's what sugar beet requires. This is the first load of fertilizer that's going on here, so we know we're going to need at least one more on this one. I think, you know, we might get to the point where we're going to need a man-made fertilizer now that we've put precision farming on. As you can't see, is that going to slow down now? It's not. That's still going down. Oh no, it has slowed. It has slowed a little bit. I can't see how we're going to keep up with just manure. We don't create enough straw, do we? So we might have to look at getting a solid fertilizer or a liquid fertilizer spreader. We'll see. It'll be a shame because from the outset I've tried to, or from very early on, I've tried to make it sort of as natural as possible. The other thing we could look at is there's factories, isn't there, where you can make your own fertilizer. It's not something I've really looked into. I think on one of Felden's series he was doing it. I'm sure he was, because I'm pretty sure I commented on the video as well. It might have been his, in fact it might even be on this map, it might have been his no tractor challenge where he was using one of them factories, but I'd have to have a look. I'm sure one of them mega expensive as well, so it might be sort of beyond us to even look at that, but we'll see. We've still got a solid fertilizer spreader, the Cavernland one that we bought again quite early on, and that's got a really good width on it as well from what I remember. So we have still got that. It'll just be the price, like paying for the fertilizer, which obviously we haven't had to do for quite some time now because of that manure factory, which I'm sticking to me guns. Hands down, best mod in the game at the minute. That manure factory is amazing. I can't remember if we decided what we were going to put in here. Did we say sunflowers? I have a feeling we might have said sunflowers. Or did I even say something like barley to get a quick turnaround? I mean, to be fair, oats would be even quicker, wouldn't it? If we get oats in. That's 4 months. I know we don't need oats straight away, but I mean, that would mean we were ready for... I think we'd be able to harvest by the time they're at their highest. So we'd be able to sell pretty much straight away and just take a sort of good chunk out of that straight away. I don't know how on earth I am keep avoiding that that tree. Oats or sunflowers? That is the question, and it's probably how we'll end up finishing this episode as well, to be honest. We'll probably start seeding or planting. Right, so we've got 17, nearly 18,000 litres worth of oats. I mean, sunflowers. We continually need sunflowers, don't we? Oats, to be fair, as well. We could put that in our process for flour, can't we? Do you know what would have helped? If I knew exactly what we needed for the donuts. I've decided it is going to be oats. Just while we were going to collect some more manure there, I had a look, and it's just, regarding that, it's flour we need to put in. So we don't put oats or barley or wheat or sorghum or anything like that in. It's just the flour. So if we get oats, then we're absolutely desperate for more straw anyway. So that'll give us the ability to get the straw, it'll give us the ability to get the flour. I think that's just winning all around. I would like to put the sunflowers in because it'll I mean, we just can't get enough sunflower, can we? Same with canola, we just can't plant enough to satisfy the... I'll get off. Save compaction. We just can't get enough to satisfy demand for our productions. But we need to keep the basics going, I think. And without manure, we're going to be seriously hampered for fertiliser. So that is what we'll do. We'll go and get hooked up to our direct drill. Not that we need it, like, we don't need the fact that it's a direct drill anymore, but we'll go and get that. We'll start, and like I said, we'll do a little bit, but then we'll just play out the video, because we're already... although the video, I think, up until when we come back on today was quite short, I think I've probably recorded longer than what I've realised. Just hope there's some seed in here, actually. Because I ain't got any down here. If there's not, I'd have to go up and get some. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. I wouldn't have thought. think some of it's high seed rate as well. Yep, all this top bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just going for a bit of a ride there, wasn't it? Right, is this not switched on? Now is it switched on? Yeah, now it's switched on. Brilliant. At least it's nice and easy to see. It probably won't be to roll though. That's gonna be where it gets difficult, isn't it? I feel like even though this has been done over effectively 2 days, this episode, I feel like we've got absolutely tons done. In fact, just in general, I think since we sold that silage, and what did we sell beforehand? Was it just the planks? We had quite a decent sale, not mega money like we made on the silage, but I think a few episodes before the silage was sold, it might have been all them planks that we sold, where we made a good amount of money as well. I just think in general, we've sort of progressed to the next step now on here. Which is always nice. We need to look at them. A couple of bits of kit, don't we, in the used machinery as well. Tell you what, we'll stop that there. I'll get up to the store and then we'll have a look what's there. Right, I went and got the computer. I did sort of wrestle with, shall I just sort of travel to it, but I decided against it. I went and got a vehicle instead. Right, that was the other thing. I mean, it just seems such a waste not to get it. It's got 15 months, 7 hours on it. It just seems, for that price, why would we not get it? Can we get narrows? Can't, can we? I like the BKTs. But they just don't do narrows, which is a bit rubbish. I mean, we'd want the weight on. That would take it up to 12 grand. Wheel setup. Why is that? Right. I'm not bothered about the exhaust. What's this do? I mean, it's just putting weight on the wheel, isn't it? Not bothered about that. I'm not going to spend that money to get the extra 5 horsepower. I thought we could get a front loader on here. I could have swore we could. Right, what are we going to use that for? It's 100 horsepower. I'm really stuck. I don't know whether to get this or not. I thought you could get a front loader on it. You can't. It hasn't got a front 3-point linkage on. But then I could replace the styre with it. And I could do... Yeah, we're going to get it. For less than 10 grand, there's no reason not to, is there? And that sends Doris into a absolute spin as well. There she goes. So I mean that 6,300, less than 10 grand. And if you look at stuff, if you look at our kit, that takes 100 horsepower. We could use it with that. That takes, well, it doesn't say, less than 100 horsepower. Cultivators, less than 100 horsepower. The roller, less than 100 horsepower. Do you know, there's all these things here. I know that's higher. All them things there are like under. I bet that says 110. I bet you would be fine on the flat. Windrow, God, Tedder, yeah, yeah. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. And now let's go. And buy this. We don't want the extension. We don't need the sleeper. Seems we're not going anywhere with it. Right, I hope that just goes back to heavy haul. That's nothing as well. We will take that. I don't mind that at all. Special editions. Copperhead. Silver. I think I quite like that Copperhead. Mudguards in black. I don't know what that different. What's that just done to it? Ah, there's just a couple of different bits on it. So I think we'd have that. Lighten. Not bothered about. Bumpers we're not bothered about. Visors, mirrors. We don't need any of that. Are these just going to be... We'll go for the twin. Oh, there's just so many, isn't there? Right. Yeah, we're not spending that money. I mean, I don't mind spending 1,300 to make it nearly 600 horsepower. I don't mind that at all. And if I can, I'd like to change the colour. I'm sure there's like an off-white sort of colour. Not beige. Am I going to have to pay for all of them? Oh no, so I can have any other there. I like that. I like that a lot. Vinyls. I mean, there is no vinyl, so just in case. Right. 55 grand. Let's have that as well. And there she goes again. She's off on one. Over the moon that she's made a sale. So to the tune of 65 grand's worth. So now, I know we haven't got anything to use it yet. But we will. We will get a trailer for this. And it's just, it goes to show as well how much we've grown. The fact that this is what we're going to be using soon. Love them too. There's the cowboy one, there's the Copperhead sign. Right, this is where we're going to leave it. I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on seeding that field, and we'll roll it as well off camera, and that'll be us. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.